We are on the dock of Charity on the, I guess it's the Pomeroon River. This is the Pomeroon River, and this is the river that we'll be taking with our gear there stacked in front of us to transfer to another overland route over to Guyana. This is the boat we're going to be boarding with our gear up to Kabuka, and then we'll get on a road and head on up to Guyana after that. This is the Maruka River here as we're going up into the town of Maruka, where we're going to transfer all this gear into some trucks and then head over to the Guyana River. It's pretty tight in this river here. Alright, this is the view from the executive class lounge in the truck that's heading from Kabuka, is that
Kamaka Landing.
Kamaka Landing, and then we're going to Guyana. And this is the view that we're going to have for the next hour or so on the trail. Matt, eat your heart out. You're missing a great trip here. So here we are in Guyana after a hour and a half ride in this truck. We're now unloading the gear, and we're ready to load up our boat and head up the river, the Guyana River, for our campsite at Maka Falls. But I'm just giving you a panorama view of the landing at Guyana, so you can see generally what the vicinity looks like. And here we are, there's the Guyana River, which will be taken up to camp. Okay, we're on the Guyana River now. We're heading upstream. We've got about 4 hours of this to go. We're heading into the sun, and we'll be coming into camp after dark. Brian got out his Fenix 35 military police spotlighter, portable spotlight, and that's helped a lot. We can see things as we go forward, but it's only good for an hour, so we got 2.5 hours to go. Well, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. We arrived at camp at about 10:10 last night with flashlights. And I'll give you a panoramic view of camp. Here it's a number of post pole structures with tarpaulins that keep the rain out, but right now it looks like it's going to be a clear day, and I expect we're going to have a long hike into the dredge operations, which are about 7 miles up the side drainage to the west. I'm standing on the toe of Maka Falls, where the Guyana River comes down across the bedrock exposure of, looks like 2 mica granite exposed here at the toe of the falls, outcrop of a quartz vein here that is cutting through the 2 mica granite, probably or potentially the source of some of the gold. This exposure at Maka Falls is full of knots, veins, and clumps of quartz. You can see that here in the rusty colored ball to the top of the image, which is cut by an apolitic, fine-grained apolitic dike, which is trending off in more or less a east-west direction here in camp. Okay, we're crossing the Guyana River in front of Maka Falls. This low bench here would be the river crossing for equipment when the water's low. We're going to take the trail on the opposite side of the falls and head up to the dredge operation. Okay, we're on the trail now. I'll stop here and catch everybody heading up. We've got a 7-mile walk to get to the dredge operations. Take us all day to get there and get back. So we're downstream from the 4-inch suction dredge operations. We're taking a stream sediment sample here in the stream where the gold has been recovered, and we're going to test it with a pan to see what kind of values we can get out of the drainage. So we load from the bucket into a screen on top of the pan and sieve that down to what goes through the pan, and then what gets in the pan will get panned for the residual gold. So Hartley's panning down the remaining part of what came through the screens to see if there's any gold in the pan. All right, here's another dredge operation Just been recently abandoned. Quartz sand on the tailings with large pebbles and cobbles of quartz. And then the suction pond here, where we've done a little panning and came up with at least one nice sized color out of a very quick panning exercise. So there's still gold in the drainage and coming from somewhere upstream. Went quite a ways downstream, recovering somewhere between, estimated between 1 and 2 ounces of gold a day from stream samples that are carrying mostly gray and white quartz. The gray quartz seems to have tourmaline in it, which may be a sigma mine type of deposit further upstream, and this is what we'll be looking for as we work our way upstream. Okay, day 2 in camp. We got pretty wet last night. Things got a little wet here, but we got a nice blue sky, sunny day. At least it looks like it's going to start out that way. And we're going to go take a look at another dredge operation located to the south of the claim block, about an hour and a half drive by ATV from here. Okay, we're on the M1 road. This is the road that comes in from Georgetown and connects up with the road that will take us to our ATV trail that we just came from. This is where it actually crosses the Guyana River. We're on the crossing right now. And then we're going to follow this road up to a turnoff that'll take us into where there's reportedly tantalum being mined in one of our claims. Well, it's 5 a.m. on Sunday morning, and we're getting ready to leave the camp, go back to Georgetown. It'll take us about 12 hours to get back downriver and then out along the coast to Parika, and then take a barge from Parika to Georgetown. But we've left camp and we're heading downstream to the town of Plabana. We've been on the river now for about 3.5 hours, heading down stream. This is the open stretch of the Guyana River as we approach the town of Plabana. A little bit of cloud building, probably for some afternoon rain later today. So this has taken us from about 7 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock in the morning. From here we're going to take a truck over to which is about a 2-hour drive on a 4-wheel drive trail. Alright, this is the boat trip from about 70 kilometers an hour as we weave our way through the jungle for about an hour. And then we'll pick up a taxi in Charity and head to Supernat. Okay, we're on the crossing the Essequibo River from Supernat all the way over to Parika, which is where we'll get gas. And from there we'll head into Georgetown for the final leg of our trip. It's 5 10. We've been on the road and river now for a combination of 10 hours, and we've got another couple of hours to go before we get